I think this is a matter on which all of us should be counted. That's as important as it can be.
The House braces for a major move. What does it mean for you? Also tonight,
a new hotel is set to open overlooking Junkanoo Beach. Hear about their progress coming up in the Bahamas tonight.
And then the College of the Bahamas Library grows. What does it mean for the country's development? Also tonight,
play hard. The coach always tells us there's no substitution for playing out, so that's what we go there and do.
Teams bring out their top game for the Hugh Campbell basketball tournament. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Everyday.
House members will participate in a parliamentary vote on those gender equality bills next week. Good evening, everyone. I'm Charisma Robinson.
And good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Thanks so much for joining us. The minister responsible for elections and referenda, National Security Minister, the Honorable Dr. Bernard Nottage, made the announcement last night in the House of Assembly.
Now, next week, Wednesday, is going to be a seminal day in the history of the Bahamas.
It will be.
Is the day when we will be voting on the constitutional referendum bills 1, 2, 3, and 4 that are currently in committee. I had indicated last week that it was my anticipation that we might have some amendments to those 4 bills and the status of children bill, which we will always also be dealing with on Wednesday. I've now been informed that having had all the reviews, that it is no longer the intention to amend any of the bills, but that they will be dealt with as they currently are in committee.
As a reminder, Bill number 1 seeks to give a child born outside the Bahamas to a Bahamian-born mother and non-Bahamian father the same automatic right to Bahamian citizenship that the Constitution already gives to a child born outside the Bahamas to a Bahamian-born father and a non-Bahamian mother. Bill number 2 seeks to enable a Bahamian woman who marries a foreign man to secure for him the same access to Bahamian citizenship that a Bahamian man has always enjoyed under the Constitution in relation to his foreign spouse. Bill number 3 gives an unwed Bahamian father the same right to pass citizenship to his child that a Bahamian woman has always had under the Constitution in relation to a child born to her out of wedlock. This bill, however, will require proof of paternity by one or other of the methods prescribed by law. Bill number 4 seeks to end discrimination based on sex. This involves the insertion of the word sex in Article 26 of the Constitution so as to make it unconstitutional to discriminate based on whether someone is male or female. Now, in wrapping up, Dr. Nottage noted that the vote is of major significance and will require supermajority to pass.
I think this is a matter on which all of us should be counted. That's as important as it can be. And a simple majority will not ensure passage. You all know what the rules are. 3/4 of the members must vote in the positive for the bill, any one or all 4 of them pass.
Government on a steady path to eliminate hunger nationwide is in keeping with Prime Minister Christie's mandate to ensure the social programs of the country are reaching those who need it most.
And today, while addressing a very special cause to eradicate hunger, Prime Minister Christie told a room packed with young people about his administration's systematic approach to an issue that has touched and affected even the smallest among us. Clint Watson has that story.
Everyone who is hungry must have a right to have food.
And while that may appear to be the obvious, the truth is, in the Bahamas, there are still some who are not able to have basic meals every day. Statistics reveal that 1 in 6 persons locally go to bed hungry. Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, says his government is committed to addressing this issue. He outlined a plan to revolutionize the food assistance program, bringing dignity to what once was a food voucher program with a stigma of shame attached.
They're paying in the same way you might be paying. So we have introduced a prepaid system, and we're giving people who need help a debit card. And that is now being implemented on this island of New Providence.
The Prime Minister says another initiative in eradicating hunger is providing incentives for good parenting. It allows parents to earn more money for food once they remain compliant.
The first is your child must go to school, and you must be able to demonstrate that the child has 90% attendance at school. So this is to say to parents, you cannot be slack as parents. Your children must go to school, and we are going to now be able to give you $50 additional per child by ensuring the children go to school. The second fundamental point is this: you must be aware of your child's status from a health point of view. You must ensure that your children are healthy and that you're taking advantage of protecting their health.
Prime Minister Christie was speaking at St. Anne's School on the occasion of the inaugural Bahamas Red Nose Day. The day, Friday, February 19th, focused on efforts to eradicate hunger in the Bahamas. It's in keeping with an international effort. What's amazing, though, is the idea came from 10-year-old Caden Smith, who, while on her way to school one day, was moved with compassion after she saw a man eating out of the garbage. Caden did some research before writing a stirring letter to the Prime Minister, asking for him to proclaim in the Bahamas a Red Nose Day. Well, her efforts got the attention of Mr. Christie, who paid a visit to Caden's school just to endorse the movement.
I've come because Caden made me feel that even children can have this heart, this feeling about helping other people who don't have what they should.
Red Nose Day will be every third Friday in the month of February. The money used from persons purchasing a red nose will go to the Department of Social Services and other organizations that help to eradicate hunger. With the Prime Minister's proclamation in hand, Caden says she feels nothing but proud.
I didn't know such a little thing can turn into something big.
What are you hoping happens by having this Red Nose Day?
I hope that all the children that I'm helping raise money for, it goes to them and they get fed sufficiently.
And so if a young girl like Caden can make a change in the nation by trying to eradicate hunger, the question now goes out, what are you doing to make a change in your country? Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
From the courts, taxi driver Shamor Ellis will spend the next 6 years behind bars at the Department of Corrections after being convicted on several firearm and ammunition charges. Ellis was found guilty on 4 counts of possession of unlicensed firearms, including 3 assault military weapons, 5 counts of possession of .387 rounds ammunition with the intent to supply, and conspiracy to import ammunition from the United States into the Bahamas. It's said that last year, Ellis went to Exuma to clear a pallet of groceries and appliances from Florida and ship them to New Providence. The goods were carefully inspected, and the weapons and ammunition were then discovered. The father of 3 stood silent as the magistrate handed down her ruling. Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt said the evidence was overwhelming and his actions were grossly unacceptable. Shaka Serville defended Ellis and Terry Archer prosecuted the case. Ellis's prison term started today.
If you know of a crime, please call Crime Stoppers at 328-8477, toll free 242-300-8477. You can also check them out on www.crimestoppersbahamas.com. Let's stop the crime before it's your time.